Daniel had always believed his marriage to Claire was solid. They had been together for 8 years, built a life, and shared dreams. But over the past year, Claire's behavior had changed. She had grown distant, more focused on her phone than on him, and she often went out without saying where she was going. Still, Daniel tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, until one night, when her casual cruelty shattered the last of his illusions. They were at a small dinner party at Claire's parents' house, sitting with her family. Conversation drifted toward relationships, and someone joked about commitment. That's when Claire, smirking, leaned back and said in front of everyone, "Honestly, I could leave Daniel anytime I wanted. He knows I can do better." The words hit Daniel like a gut punch. He froze, unsure how to react in front of her parents and siblings. Her mother awkwardly tried to change the subject, but the damage was done. Claire laughed as though she hadn't just humiliated her husband. Daniel decided to keep his composure, but inside, a storm was brewing. The silence was broken by Claire's younger sister, Emily, who had always been the more outspoken one. She looked at Claire with a mixture of disgust and disbelief before saying, "Then I'll take him." The room went still. Claire's smirk vanished. Everyone's eyes turned to Emily, who didn't look away from her sister. Emily continued, "If you don't value a man like Daniel, someone else will. And honestly, Claire, you've been acting like you don't deserve him for a long time." The statement hung in the air, sharp and unapologetic. Claire shifted uncomfortably, but Emily wasn't done. After dinner, when Claire went to chat with her friends in the other room, Emily quietly pulled Daniel aside. "I'm sorry she said that," she told him. "You deserve someone who respects you. She's been bragging to her friends that she could drop you anytime, and already has people lined up." Daniel's chest tightened, so it wasn't just a careless joke. That night, Daniel stayed awake, thinking about his marriage and how far things had fallen. He remembered the early days, how Claire used to look at him with love, not contempt. But now, the trust was broken beyond repair. Her comment was not just disrespect, it was a declaration of how little she valued him. A week later, Daniel confronted Claire. She brushed it off, calling it just a joke, but her tone was dismissive. "Don't be so sensitive," she said, scrolling on her phone. That was the moment Daniel knew it was over. She didn't care enough to apologize, let alone change. Daniel began making quiet preparations. He met with a lawyer, moved half of their joint funds into a separate account, and found a temporary apartment. He didn't tell Claire. He wanted her to feel the consequences of her arrogance. When the day came, he left a note on the kitchen counter. Asterisk, "You said you could leave me anytime. I'm just saving you the trouble." Asterisk, he packed his things and walked out without looking back. Claire called him repeatedly, but Daniel ignored her. Word spread quickly in their social circle, and soon, people learned about the dinner party remark. Her reputation took a hit, and the sympathy was squarely on Daniel's side. Emily reached out a few weeks later. "I wasn't kidding that night," she said over coffee. "If you're ready to move on, I'd like to be part of your life." Daniel was cautious, but couldn't deny that Emily's support had been a lifeline when he felt most humiliated. Over time, Daniel and Emily grew closer. They didn't rush into anything, but there was mutual respect, a foundation that had been missing in his marriage. Claire, meanwhile, had to watch from a distance as the man she took for granted built a new life without her. It was poetic justice. The woman who claimed she could leave him anytime ended up abandoned, while the sister who recognized his worth became the one standing beside him. And Daniel, finally free, knew he'd made the right choice.